Today we're taking a look at these NBA matches: Indiana Pacers vs Milwaukee Bucks and New York Knicks vs San Antonio Spurs, which are happening on Thursday, May 13, 2021, and giving you match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes. Let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos. And if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out my Patreon in the link down below. My new Patreon is a way for me to help you improve your chances of making more money. 5 plans are available for each and every one of you. You can get 30 extra betting picks all the way up to 270 extra betting picks per month. Stop wasting hours and hours of your time searching the internet for some fake betting predictions and losing your money because of it. Join High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks and advices instantly. Now I am going to start off by talking about Indiana Pacers vs Milwaukee Bucks match. The Milwaukee Bucks still have something to play for in the Eastern Conference. They are third in the conference at 45-24. 1 game behind the Nets. It doesn't matter much in terms of who they play, the 7th or 6th seed. But it does matter because they would get home court against the Nets if they played in the second round. Unlike prior seasons, the Bucks seem well positioned for a deep postseason run in 2021. The addition of Jrue Holiday has given the team a boost on both ends of the floor. Meanwhile, newly added forward PJ Tucker brings toughness and postseason experience to a franchise desperate for an NBA Finals appearance. A terrific one-on-one defender, Tucker's presence has also helped re-energize Brook Lopez, who is averaging nearly 15 points and 2.0 blocks per game over his last 10 contests. With the NBA playoffs fast approaching, Bucks have opted to increase capacity at the Fiserv Forum to 50% during the postseason. Capacity has been limited to about 3,300 people, but new guidelines from the Milwaukee Health Department will see that number increase to about 9,000 fans during the Bucks' playoff run. The Pacers are coming off a 103-94 win over the Philadelphia 76ers on Tuesday. The Pacers beat up the Sixers on the glass due to the absence of Joel Embiid. Caris LeVert led the Pacers with 24 points, 7 rebounds and 5 assists, while Doug McDermott added 20 points. Domantas Sabonis had a triple-double with 16 points, 13 rebounds, and 15 assists. Justin Holiday also added 16 points. The Pacers have a chance to move up into that 7-8 bracket, which gives them better odds of advancing in the playoffs. The Pacers have won 3 of their last 4 games and came within 1 point of winning 4 straight. 2 of those wins were over the Sixers and Hawks, 2 playoff-bound teams. The Bucks have owned the Pacers this year and are favored here in this game. The Spurs will play the second of a back-to-back in this contest as they are coming off a 12-point road loss at the Barclays Center Wednesday night as they allowed the Nets to open up a 15-point lead after the first en route to enduring their 7th loss in their last 9 games along with their 36th of the year. DeMar DeRozan along with DeJounte Murray were the only starters in double digits for the Spurs, posting 21 and 15 points while playing less than 30 minutes in the contest. Patty Mills along with Rudy Gay also scored double figures off the bench as the team shot a dismal 43% from the field while missing 23 of 31 shots from long range. On the other hand, its defense gave up over 60% shooting to the Nets along with 12 trays as Brooklyn boasted 8 double-digit scores on the night, with James Harden posting a double-double in his return from a hamstring injury. The Spurs failed to cover as 4.5-point dogs and are 2-4 ATS in their last 6 games. The Knicks dropped their second in 3 games, falling in the finale of a 6-game road trip versus the Los Angeles Lakers May 11th in overtime as the team battled throughout in what was a defensive showdown from start to finish. And while the defense forced 18 turnovers while allowing just 42% shooting to Los Angeles, the Lakers were also able to sink 12 trays while heavily out-rebounded New York by a 53-41 margin, 14 offensive boards. Julius Randle was the only starter in double digits with 31 on 11 to 26 shooting, 4 to 8 3-FA, while RJ Barrett struggled, finishing 2 to 14 from the field while missing each of his 7 attempts from long range. Derrick Rose posted 27 off the bench while dishing out 6 dimes in the loss. Despite the defeat, however, the Knicks were able to cover as 3-point dogs in the contest and are a red-hot 7-3 ATS in their last 10. New York battled to the end against the Lakers but ended up falling short on the road in their previous contest Tuesday night. The Knicks entered Friday third in the Atlantic Division, 9 games behind the 76ers for the top spot. In the Eastern Conference playoff picture, the team is 6th, 3 games ahead of 7th place Boston for a guaranteed playoff spot and have locked in at least a spot in the play-in tournament. A win or a Boston loss will clinch a guaranteed spot. New York led by 1 after the opening quarter and the half, by 3 after 3 quarters and by 10 with 7:39 to go in regulation before running out of steam. The Knicks gave up the winning three-pointer with 21.1 seconds to play in overtime and couldn't get another bucket to wind up with a loss. New York shot 39.5% from the field, including 10 of 29 from beyond the arc, and lost the battle of the boards 53-41. Julius Randle led the Knicks with 31 points and 8 boards in the loss. My first betting advice for that game is to pick New York Knicks minus 4.5. The Spurs are 1-4 ATS in their last 5 road games and 7-3-1 ATS in their last 11 games overall. The Knicks are 19-7-1 ATS in their last 27 home games and 39-16-1 ATS in their last 56 games overall. The over is 7-3 in Spurs' last 10 overall. The over is 5-2 in Knicks' last 7 home games. The Spurs are 5-2 ATS in the last 7 meetings. The under is 4-1 in the last 5 meetings in New York. The New York Knicks are averaging 107.1 points on 45.6% shooting and allowing 104.9 points on 44.1% shooting. Julius Randle is averaging 23.9 points and 5.9 assists, while RJ Barrett is averaging 17.7 points and 5.8 rebounds. Derrick Rose is the third double-digit scorer and Alec Burks is dishing 2.2 assists. The New York Knicks are shooting 39% from beyond the arc and 78.1% from the free throw line. The New York Knicks are allowing 34% shooting from deep and are grabbing 45.1 rebounds per game. New York was able to weather the storm in a recent 6-game road trip which saw them face some of the best teams in the West. And while they finished the trip 3-3, they only went 1-3 in matchups versus the Lakers, the Phoenix Suns, along with the Denver Nuggets, their only victory being over the Los Angeles Clippers. They now return home where they will wrap up the year versus 3 straight teams that are currently in the playoff discussion in the Spurs, the Charlotte Hornets, who currently occupy 8th in the East, along with the Boston Celtics, 7th. The Knicks, on the other hand, is 6th in the conference with a record of 38-31, 3.5 games ahead of the Celtics while being tied with the 5th place Miami Heat. Furthermore, they are 9-1 SU in their last 10 home games. The San Antonio Spurs are averaging 111.2 points on 46.3% shooting and allowing 112.2 points on 47% shooting. DeMar DeRozan is averaging 21.5 points and 4.2 rebounds, while DeJounte Murray is averaging 15.9 points and 7 rebounds. Derek White is the third double-digit scorer and Keldon Johnson is dishing 1.8 assists. The San Antonio Spurs are shooting 35.5% from beyond the arc and 79% from the free throw line. The San Antonio Spurs are allowing 37.4% shooting from deep and are grabbing 43.8 rebounds per game. My second betting advice for that game is to pick under 216.5. Good luck to all of you. That's it for this video. Stay tuned and stay safe for the next betting tips and advice.